long gone, but although it is over, we want to stay safe on the spoilers because we have no idea what these people in the crowd next to you have seen and haven't seen. So play it safe, play it kind, and we're going to bring them up right now. We got Bryce Papenbrook coming up. We got Trina Nishimura, Jessie James Grelle, and Austin Tindle.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having us out to Corpus Christi. We're so excited to be here.
So comfy, look at this.
In the squiggles.
Anyone here
Kind of gets
third
away.
core?
No.
We got 2, we got 3.
There you go. Woo! So this is a Q&A panel, as you imagine, and being safe with the spoiler warning. That being said, if you guys want to line up right at that microphone, we've got a lovely volunteer in a very fancy little one-piece chopper hat who's going to direct you on when and where to go. He's going to preview your questions to make sure we stay in the time permits. So get on up there. Don't be shy. They are here to answer your questions.
Why don't we tell you guys really quickly a little bit more about us? Because you might know me from Attack on Titan. I play Eren Yeager. Thank you for listening to me. I also play Kirito in Sword Art Online. Meliodas in The Seven Deadly Sins. Hashibira! Don't need a mic for that one. Demon Slayer. And Cat Noir in Miraculous Ladybug. Oh, thank you.
I think that's a favorite.
Awesome. You guys like cat puns. Appreciate that.
It's going to be a long 45 minutes.
I'm going to sneak some into this panel. Just wait for it. I'll wait for my opportunity. It'll be perfect. Oh, I did it already. But thank you guys. It's my first time in the city, and I'm excited to hang out and meet everybody. Tag, you're in.
Hi, friends. My name is Trina Nishimura. You may know me as Mikasa from Attack on Titan, the English voice of Mikasa from Attack on Titan, or Jiro from My Hero Academia, also English, thank you very much. Amakase Kurisu from Steins Gate, and a slew of other things. I'm so excited to be back in Corpus Christi. I was here last year. Bryce is slowly opening a cinnamon roll like a weirdo. Like, let him eat! Let him eat! So excited to be here with my beautiful castmates and friends, and get to see a lot of you again. And oh my God, you are gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Give the crowd a little look.
Sorry, I love cinnamon rolls, and yeah, this one was pretty impressive. I'm excited. I'm just gonna devour this through the entire panel. It's gonna be great, guys.
Hi, I'm Jessie James Grelle. You know me as the voice of Armin from Attack on Titan. But you might also know me as
Tokoyami Fumikage from My Hero Academia.
You might also know me as Yuri Kotsky from Yuri on Ice. Aaron Gallows from Ruby. No, all good.
Do it.
This is like that scene in Men in Black.
Eat this week, it's cute.
Would you like fries?
Yes.
That's what the table's for. That's what the table's for.
Many more characters, and also this is I was here for the con's first year, and it's so exciting to see how much y'all have grown. This has exploded. Way to go, guys! Thank you so much for having me back here. It's been wonderful to get to see everybody again.
Hi guys, my name is Austin Tindle. I play Marco Bodt in Attack on Titan. I also play Kaneki in Tokyo Ghoul. Morima in My Hero. Karma in Assassin's Classroom. And Millions of Knives from Trigun Stampede, which came out last year. Okay, go watch it. And right now, this season, season 2 of 12 God Hanako-kun is premiering. I play Mikasa, the evil twin. And next season, we're getting season 2 of Windbreaker. It's a new show, you gotta check it out. In 3 years, you're all gonna be screaming for it when you finally go watch it. But I'm so grateful to be here, and I love Corpus Christi, and I encourage all of you to tell them how much you want me to come back.
Take notes. Well, we are very happy to have you guys here. Already very great energy. I'm kind of jealous that I'm not eating cinnamon, but it's okay. That being said, like we said, Q&A, get up there, get your questions. Don't be shy. They want to talk to you. I will kick it off with something that is directly related to the reason that I'm sure most of these people are here. So, the show is over. Without giving too much information, your characters all have very vital roles in the series and interesting interactions with each other, but there are a few characters. It's okay, you had a vital role.
No spoiler.
Austin just went.
I saw the energy shift and I was like, oh, I feel bad. So that being said, all of your characters have interacted with each other, but some of your characters have interacted much less than others. Your character, which character do you wish your character had more interaction and more, more interaction and more depth with?
Can we all answer Marco just to make our
There you go. All right, the panel's over.
We're all gonna give that answer. It's hard to say. I think Isayama Sensei is truly a genius in crafting the story, and every single episode moves that story forward in such a beautiful way. I don't know if I would want to change things. Because when you start tinkering with it, it doesn't fit so perfect.
You gotta respect the vision.
Yeah, exactly.
Isayama Sensei created something that is everything. Well, actually, let's start here. By show of hands, who has seen all of Attack on Titan?
Oh!
By show of hands, who has not finished Attack on Titan? All right. That's why we're not doing any spoilers. And by show of hands, who has never seen Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
You should change that.
Yeah, actually, for you guys, it's like a lighthearted comedy. Yeah, so if you're having like a rough day and you need like a little pick-me-up, that's when you start attacking.
Watch it with your grandma.
Yeah. Grandmas love the show.
Grandmas love the show. So we're going to try and avoid spoilers as much as possible because I was not spoiled throughout the course of the show. Actually, Bryce and I both chose to not read ahead, to not watch ahead, so that we were experiencing everything as the characters were as well. And it made it so special to get to the very end. I mean, I had to get off Twitter and all kinds of other things, but not spoiled to the end. And so let's not spoil anything. But I don't think I would change anything about the story either, because everything, once you finish the entirety of the work, everything from episode 1 all the way through, it all has a significance and it all means something. And even when you're like, oh, it's a beach episode, it's like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
I don't think I can really add anything. You guys have already nailed it.
Well, my character, I think he would want to spend more time with Jean. Because they had a real bond, and it would have been nice to see more of that relationship play out. Because I think without Jean in Marco's life, he's really half a man.
So that being said, we're gonna start the Q&A, but just a reminder, no spoilers. All right, first up, let's get your question.
What's good, y'all? What was y'all's big breakout role?
That's a tough question to answer. It's hard to identify a moment where in our careers we're kind of known across different conventions or across different markets. I can identify the show I was working on that first brought me to a panel. That show is Durarara. Do you guys remember that show? So much fun. I play Masao Mikita, the ladies' man. I got invited after recording that show to a panel at an event called Anime Expo. And our panel room had 2,500 people. I didn't know what I was doing at all, but I was on stage with people like Steve Bloom, Yuri Lowenthal, Crispin Freeman, and saw how much fun they were having and just kind of leaned into it and haven't looked back. So it was the ladies' man that started me off.
Your first panel was with Steve Bloom.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know where I got started.
You got started there, bro.
Right there.
My career started quite a bit before that. I actually worked with Steve quite a while ago. I'm on Cowboy Bebop also. I don't know if you know that. They go to Mars and there's all these little orphans and there's one with a little toy. He's like, look at this, look at this. So that's me as a little kid. He had a pot on his head and in the script it said Pothead. So I'm Pothead from Cowboy Bebop. That's high on the resume.
I've been voice acting for over 20 years now, and I did not start my convention career with Steve Bloom. I started my convention career, like I think I was on the stage by myself. They were like, this is your panel. I was like, I don't know what to do. I think I was like 20. Yeah, I'm very, very fortunate in the fact that I have been so fortunate to be cast. I think that anytime I'm recognized for any of my work, it's always incredibly flattering. But I can't name just one. And you?
I guess the first one that would have been one of my first leads for a studio called AOT Films. It was way back when, 21 years ago, and it was we were at a convention in Houston, Texas called OniCon, and the director of the Japanese version of the dub flew all the way out to come and see the dub premiere with us, and we had a packed theater. And it was kind of, that was also the time where I, was on a panel for the first time, and the director was one of my personal heroes. So it was called The Wallflower. It was a romantic comedy, kind of a reverse harem sort of thing. There's one girl and like 4 beautiful guys, like you do. And yeah, that was kind of the first time that I felt like my career was really starting to get momentum.
I'd like to think that my real breakout role hasn't happened yet.
Yes, sir. Always reaching higher.
Yes. Disney, come to me. So like, mine was a slow growth of, I did a lot of Walla, and then like, my first named character, which was a huge deal, was Alzak Connell from Fairy Tale. I remember that being a big goal. And then after that, the same director, Tyler Walker, gave me my first leading role, which is Aikua in Is This a Zombie? And that was really fun. But, and I had been going to like library conventions, and I spent a lot of time, I've been to a lot of Q&As with me and 10 people. And yeah, you're just sitting there and like, let's all sit together, this is weird. This is actually, if we were to peg like where I started actually getting like a convention career, it was with Attack on Titan. Because the first one, they invited like all of us to a big, this is where I first hung out with you actually.
Florida.
In Orlando.
Nothing.
Orlando.
It was in, yeah.
It was a good time.
That was like my first convention. That's where I met my first convention manager. And then after that, I got Tokyo Ghoul, and so that's like Tokyo Ghoul was certainly the biggest, most impactful role that I've played, and probably had the most influence in me, kind of getting to do this and not also have a day job. But yeah, that's all.
Hey,
got so much.
thank you.
I didn't do anything weird. Oh, I don't remember that. I was just worried about myself.
Fond memories.
Hello. Before I ask my question, I want to thank all of you for being here, and I want to thank you all for the work that you do and how hard it can be, and to take time out of your busy schedules to be here. And my question is for Bryce.
Yeah.
Have
I'm working very hard right now.
you...
You can't tell.
Oh, it's a cinnamon roll.
Multitasking.
Thank you so much for eating that cinnamon.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
For your hard work.
Have you watched the Sword Art Online Abridged series on YouTube? And if you have, what is your thought on it?
I haven't watched all of it. Sorry, I have a mouthful of cinnamon roll.
No, you're good.
But I have seen a little bit. The team from Something Witty, they're very nice people. They live in Canada. And in Canada, you can put toys inside of candy. It's important. So they make these giant Kinder eggs for Miraculous Ladybug. They're huge, they're like this. And there's a toy inside. They don't make them in the US. my kids are a fan of Miraculous Ladybug. We're not just like gifted all of the swag and stuff that comes from the show. So they smuggled these giant eggs into the country to give them to me, to give to my kids. So very nice folks. I haven't watched the Abridged series. I know a lot of people enjoy it. My thoughts on those is, if the license holder, if the original creators, if they're offended or they don't want someone utilizing their work in that way, it probably should. But if people are enjoying it, if people are discovering the show proper because of the Abridged series, who am I to say don't make something fun that people enjoy? But it's all about when we tell these stories, we do our best to keep the original intention of the mangaka in our performances. When we adapt them, we want that original intention in that line through the entire series to kind of pay homage and to honor that story. So when you're changing it that much and you're kind of having fun with it, it's fun, but if the creator has a problem with it, it's a problem.
Get that shot.
No, Trina was taking a picture. Yeah, let's go.
Get that shot, girl.
Look at these lights, they're so cute.
You're like the third person to like stop and talk about them.
No, it's real cute. I was like, oh, Samantha should see this. And so,
I'm taking a picture of Bryce. I'm sorry.
Recording.
I have like cinnamon roll all here, so my cheek is gonna be like, she's gonna know I'm cheating on my diet now. Oh, great.
So, once again, thank y'all so much for being here. And also the best cinnamon rolls at Whataburger.
Oh, good.
Thank you for your question.
Hi, my question is for Bryce. So I just got into anime around probably like 2020.
Awesome,
And
now's a good time.
I just started Attack on Titan, but what's been your favorite line you've ever said as Eren Yeager?
It's so tough because there's so many incredible moments for all of us. Do you guys have favorite line? Do you have a favorite line, Austin? We've done a lot of panels together, but we have not done a ton of panels.
It's all non-verbal though.
You should start. You should perform this. Is that okay?
My favorite line is this.
It's a great line. Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
I have a hard time narrowing it down.
There's like a moment of recovery for that. It's okay to have your moment to recover.
Every season I feel like there's moments that stand out. So I'll just go way back to season 1 to one of my favorites.
Best season.
It's great. It's a great season. Yeah. So it's the first time, and I'll try not to spoil for people who haven't watched the show. Eren gets bigger. There's this little baby Titan, and he just punts him, and then he's stepping on this other Titan's neck, and he goes, "Get up! Get up! Let me kill you again! And again! And again!" That's a good one.
Thank you so much.
do you have a favorite line?
Armin says nothing but depressing things.
Oh my god.
There was one that he had, it was a flashback, it stuck with me, it was a flashback when they were kids and Eren stops Armin from getting beat up by those bullies again, and he's asking him, he says, why do you deal with it, Armin? How do you keep losing to these dudes, and how do you stand it? And Armin says, that's the thing, Eren, I didn't lose because I didn't run. And yeah, that I know, right? I know. And that's my favorite. I felt like it was really poignant.
That's sweet. That's much sweeter than my line. That's my favorite. Yours is like, oh, feels. And my favorite line is, I think it's season 2, when Mikasa's having this moment, the creepy eye moment. And she says,
You want compassion? Move on. You want fair? Tough shit. Time's wasted, Krista. Pick a side. Eren or the bitch I'm gonna kill!
that one.
Yeah, Grace is badass.
Do I have a vein that pops out when I do that line? You're totally like sobbing right now. Yeah. No, you're good. You're totally good. Don't worry.
You know, there is another good line for Armin. Yeah.
So this was a running joke all through season 1. Like, I would deliver a line as Eren and immediately do my Armin impression going, Eren, no! And then everyone started doing it. It matches, yes. Great one.
Infectious. That's beautiful.
Eren has terrible ideas.
Hi, so Bryce, I just want to say love your work. I've been a big Cat Noir for like 10 years running now, so it's very exciting.
Appreciate that. Thank you for growing up listening to me sneak cat bugs in the show.
I know. But a question I had for all of you is, what would be y'all's favorite opening or ending? Like for me, my favorite ending is Shock, and I just was kind of curious about y'all's.
I still only know one lyric from my favorite opening, which is the first opening. I think that one is just nostalgic, and all I know is Yeager! I think the panel that we did with all of us, we all did that and it stands out. That was awesome. That first opening is so nostalgic, but there is something special about Rumbling also.
Rumbling was topping metal charts over here in the U.S. too during the time. It did. Billboard charts. Wow. You could say they stomped their way over here.
Hey. That's his job. I'm gonna go Rumbling too. What about you?
Oh, I have to go with the first season because it's clearly the best. Best characters. But I do remember us trying to. I remember trying to fake the lyrics to the theme song because they made us all kind of faux sing it.
Yeah. And they wanted us to sing the whole thing. And we just, that was wonderful.
Don't be shy. Do it again. Beautiful.
And Cliff took his shirt off too.
No rules on the panel anymore. Let's go.
Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
I have a question for all of you. So, what was your least favorite character to play, like, at all, like, ever?
It's really hard to pick. Like, because, like, most of the time we don't have, like, it's just nice to have work, for one, you know, as actors. And usually the characters that we play, even if they're villains or whether, you know, they're big or small, they all have something that they're contributing to the, pretty small. They always are bringing something to the story and adding to the story and to the experience. And so it's, you know, I don't think I can ever say that I have a least favorite character. Like, all my characters are near and dear to me in some way.
Yeah, it's so competitive as a voice actor. To get work is very challenging. At these events, you really clearly see our successes. But what you don't see is the graveyard of auditions that we weren't cast as. And there are a lot.
Lunare from Tales of Hysteria. I hated that character. Hated doing it, hated watching it. It's the most obnoxious thing I had to do at 10 a.m.
Why?
Well, because it hurt. And I didn't accomplish it the way that I wanted to. And he had this, like, laugh that was kind of like, I can't even do it anymore. It was kind of like Muttley, like Snidely Whiplash's dog. That, like, but then there would be, like, screeching on top of that.
Sounds fun.
It hurt.
Thank you.
Hi. Bryce, I just wanted to say thank you for coming out to Anime Corpus Christi and taking the time out of your hard work.
Appreciate that. Thank you for letting me scream at you.
Yeah, and this is a question for everyone. What was y'all's favorite scenes to what was your most favorite scene to record in Attack on Titan?
You have questions for all of us, but you only thanked him for coming.
Wow! Unreal.
No, I didn't have anything going on.
It's in the unspoken words. It's okay, and it's work.
That's not supposed to point that out.
Now you answer the question first. You words, what's your favorite scene?
Oh, well, I don't want to bring any spoilers.
Wait, could you do your favorite line one more time too?
But my favorite thing about my character is that he kept coming back in flashbacks throughout multiple seasons, where they just explained a little further what was going on with him. But you know, the most meaningful moment was when he's talking to Jean right before he swings off, and he gives him this like motivational speech, and you know, I think in many ways it serves as something to help the character development of Sean. And I remember recording it too. It was this big monologue, and I was like, wow, I got some screen time. Things are looking up. And then the director was quiet for a long time, and then he was just like, oh, that's right, you're done, you can get out. I loved every moment. I'll tell you this, here's what my favorite scene is the spin-off, the junior high spin-off. Are we allowed to spoil that? Because Marco gets his day. He lasts the whole season and becomes student president. Yeah. they felt bad for him.
I like how proud you are. He did it! He did it!
My little boy!
So, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Attack on Titan's going to the big screen next week. There's actually something after the credits that you guys should stay for. Never leave before the credits. And you should definitely
stay and check it out.
You need to watch after the credits.
He's coming to the movie.
I might have to leave early though, because I'm supposed to be at rehearsal.
Just tough it out. Stay after the credits. I won't tell you anything else.
Okay, I'll just tell him I got into a car accident or something.
Perfect. Oh, I'm terrible at picking favorites. Like, I think about how much my life has changed since the start of the show. We started recording a decade ago. So I was a very different person. I very much grew as the characters were growing in the show. I didn't have any kids when we started. I have 3 now. We didn't know each other when we started, and Trina's Auntie Trina to my kids. So, yeah, I have a hard time choosing a particular moment in my life. There's too many amazing scenes to choose from.
My favorite scene. I think I'm a big fan of like journeys and adventures and things like that. And as Bryce mentioned, like we've been doing this for. Some of us have been doing this for over a we've done a lot of changing as people, as humans, as friends.
I'm the same though.
I know. It's been really special. But I always like the bookends of an adventure, like when you're like, okay, this is amazing. Then the chapter closes, and I think my favorite scene is probably the very last scene. One really cool. Thank you. 2 claps. All right. No, my favorite scene is the final scene. One of the really amazing things that we got to do, that the marketing team at Crunchyroll did, was they recorded both Bryce and myself for our final sessions for the show, and it was really emotional, not just because the scenes themselves were emotional, but also because, you know, we were saying goodbye to these characters that we've been with for over a decade, and it was really special. And it's an adventure that I wouldn't be the same without. I wouldn't have Bryce in my life more than likely, and Jessie and I wouldn't be as close. And this guy over here is all right. I'm kidding. It has been really special to me, and it was, you know, the end. It was the end of an era, and the end of the show, and I was the last one to record. So like I got to hear everybody's performance. And I was like in tears already. It was amazing. So I think the final, well, not the final, but the final.
That's enough. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Oh, is it my turn? I'll just say it this way because those of you who have seen it will get it. My favorite scene. What do you get when you cross Armin in a barbecue? Charmin.
Yeah, the womp womp as loud as you can.
He just he devotes so much of himself in that scene, and he, you know, he had asked himself since the second season that, you know, like to rise above monsters, that you have to be willing to discard your humanity, and he was trying to find what he could sacrifice, what he could discard in order to help, and I feel like he made a very brave choice.
Thank you for your thank you.
Thank you for your question.
I have a question for Bryce Papenbrook.
Hey,
I'm a
what's
big
up?
fan.
My controller.
What is one scene that made you cry while you were voice acting? Like, what made you emotional? That brought you like tears, like show you real tears instead of like drama or fake tears or fake cry, just real tears.
Well, my goal with the show is to feel what Eren was feeling. We don't get scripts ahead of time. When you're working on anime, the first time you say the lines is right there in the moment. And with Titan, we could really bring a gritty sound to the show. So feeling what Eren was feeling was very important for me. So like season 1, when he bites his hand, I bit my hand so hard I left bruises. Season 2, he's more unhinged than ever before. So I literally unhinged my jaw in the booth because I wanted the pain to come through. I know Austin, you've done some pretty gnarly things as your characters across your career.
Yeah, I was just thinking about your performance and how painful it sounded.
You know, it's pretty special to be in a show and to work with a team that allows you to go to those really dark places. So if it sounded like Eren was crying, I was crying too. So there was a lot of tears throughout the series. And if you want to see one of the ugliest cries, it's on my TikTok. Trina mentioned they filmed the final session, and just a lot of emotion came out that day. You know, it was bittersweet for sure. Very sad for many reasons. The context of where my character was, saying goodbye to a series after a decade. All of those things just tried to leave them in the booth. So if you want to see a real ugly cry, there you go.
I've seen you guys doing that. It was very emotional. Yeah, really compelling and sweet and sad.
That's my question. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
My question is, how did you really feel when you went into, like, instead of a Inosuke, my question is, like, how did you really feel about you going into the Infinity Castle?
Oh, this is a question for me. This is a Demon Slayer question.
you.
And I'll try not to spoil anything in that show either. I actually don't know what's gonna happen. I haven't read the manga. We don't get scripts. So Inosuke going into that part of the series, he's the only one that's excited and happy. And in my last line that we've recorded so far, I tried to put that excitement into his laugh. So if you go back and hear it, you can tell how excited I am. And I feel the same way going back into what I think is going to be 3 movies. It's going to be really cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, so my question is for everyone. What do you like to watch on YouTube or your phone to relax?
I love that question. That's so good. I'm like gonna steal that. Thank you.
Lately, I've been doing this thing. I always have to listen to something when I go to bed, and I will often switch between this podcast is over, but it's called Mission to Zix, and it is it's like a sci-fi radio show style podcast, and it's completely improvised. So it's these like 4 core actors, and they bring on improv guests. And they come up with an idea of what the plot's going to be, and then you hear them work it out together, and then they edit it down. So, but it's a really fun space adventure thing. And it's not that; it'll be the BBC radio show of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy from back from the '70s, and they actually brought it back and brought back the old cast in like early 2000s. So there's some older ones. And recently, I found this thing on YouTube, and it's this guy that does he does ASMR and sleepy time stories in the Lord of the Rings universe.
I knew ASMR was gonna get mentioned. I knew it was gonna happen.
And he's like, "Hello again, folks. Today we're gonna hear about Strider." And it's like all this extra lore from specific characters that aren't. It's not necessarily covered like in the main book.
It's beautiful.
I'm nowhere near that sophisticated. I just watch cat videos.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Cats, being cats, little bastards.
Jumping, walking things over. We love them.
I really like true crime a lot. I'm that lady on the couch, like, let's get snuggled in and put on our PJs and order a pizza and get all of our drinks and snacks ready, and then let's watch somebody get murdered. You know? Like, let's figure out who did it, let's figure out how not to become, like, my partner was like, why do you watch so much true crime? I'm like, I don't want to be, I never want to walk into a room and light it up, because the person that walks into a room and lights it up is the first person to die.
You're correct.
I mean, it's true. We all loved her. I mean, she would walk into the room and just light it up. So I never want to go for a room.
I'm a big fight fan. I like watching MMA, even in bed. Yeah, so I watch a lot of the UFC. There's some good fights on tonight, by the way. Yeah, I grew up a martial artist. That was my first passion. And I utilize a lot of that in voice acting too, because I know what it feels like to get punched in the face or to throw a punch. So I try to make those authentic sounds as my characters are getting punched. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm gonna pause one moment. Your question is very important, but I just realized that there's captions over here. Are there captions over here?
We love accessibility.
Okay, let's talk about, that's amazing, number one. Number two, my dear friend Bryce here is from the Valley in California. And there's this very particular story that I will pass the mic for him to tell because it's awesome, but then I really need to say one word and then I need him to say the word.
Thanks for pointing out my accent. I have a Southern Californian colloquialism, which means I don't pronounce words right. So when we were recording Attack on Titan, we were talking in this one moment where Eren mentions the military police. Apparently, I didn't say that word properly because forever, until that moment. Because when they're adapting for the show, they're writing based on the lip flap. And we're watching the screen, and we're talking as our characters are talking on screen. So I recorded this line, and I'm like, the military police. And it came up short, and Mike's like, what did you just say? Mike McFarlane, the director, who actually knows English. He's like, what are you trying to say? I'm like, yeah, the military police. See? Let's try it again. The police?
They caught on to you. They caught on to you.
Now just, see, this one understands.
This is ridiculous. The last time he said this, it said please. Because he said please. See? Police.
We love testing our captions. Yes,
Police.
Yeah, there it is.
Police. Police.
Maybe you're just saying it wrong. See? Oh, yes.
Next year, tell who I'm going to ask a question to.
It's me.
Yeah.
Austin, real fast, could you do your favorite line again?
Alright, I gotta ask, do you think Ken Conti would like Sanrio? And if so, which character would be his favorite?
Would like Sanrio?
Hello Kitty, Karomi, My Melody. I can't think of any other ones.
Star Twins. Star Twins.
Cinnamon roll?
No, what's that? Cinnamon roll?
That's what he said.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I think he'd love to eat them all up, all of them. And then absorb their cognities.
This question's for Jessie.
Hi.
I was wondering, while you were working on your young ice, did you have any funny or favorite memorable moments? And what's your favorite line?
Funny or memorable moments. Actually, the funny and memorable moment is also my favorite line. Is also my favorite. Led into also being my favorite line. It was, I think, the end of episode 1. Actually, we had been on this whole little journey where we see Yuri go through the artist's hell of feeling like they failed at their art, feeling like he had nothing to contribute to it. Why did he even try? I think that he could do it in the first place, you know, that whole thing. And he goes through the episode, and eventually his teacher comes, and Victor is there. But the way that Victor reveals himself is Yuri is taking a bath, and Victor pops in, and Yuri just says, "Victor, why are you here? And naked, so very naked." There you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your question.
I didn't notice.
Tippy toes, tippy toes.
Hey, Mike,
It's the one character that I'm actually taller than.
yeah, my question is for you, obviously, Bryce. What was it like working with the 7 deadly sins?
It's such a fun show. It's such an adventure. And we're still recording. Fortunately, the 4 Nights of the Apocalypse is still rolling out. Actually, on Thursday, new episodes rolled out. And if you check it out, you might hear some very familiar voices. I say voices because I play multiple characters in the show. I'm Meliodas, and my trick to do his voice is, I raise my eyebrows so high it stretches out my vocal cords. And I play Zeldris, also his brother. And I lower my eyebrows. It's all in the eyebrows. It works really well.
I'm using that.
Yes. I also play in season 1. There's a little referee. It looks like some kind of tiny character that's covered himself with a blanket and then cuts a hole in it. I'm that guy too. He's the most annoying character in the show, and I'm very proud of that. It's a good time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
I must say now, we are hitting our 10-minute mark, so we're going to take probably 1 or 2 more questions. Because fortunately, we have a great cast full of people who have a lot to say, and it's very entertaining, but time exists.
And after this...
Does it though?
I mean, we can test that theory.
After our panel, I think we're all going back to the signing area, so if we miss answering your question, please come by and ask away.
My question is for Austin Tindle. So, what was your audition process for Karma Akabane?
That was, Joe McDonald, I think he just gave it to me, actually. Because normally, especially back then that was straight to DVD, normally you would audition for like 3 characters. And I don't remember auditioning for any other characters, but like with Attack on Titan, I auditioned for all the main ones. I was these 2 guys and then Connie, Cliff's character. And then I didn't audition for Marco. Same thing with Monoma. I auditioned for the leads and then got Monoma, which is always a really fun surprise when you get to be someone like that. But yeah, they just called me in for Karma. And because this was before dubbing, we actually got like 3 episodes in. And Joel and also Afia Yu were both co-directing it, or she was assistant directing it. But I did like this really kind of annoying voice for him at first. We got like 3 episodes in, and there was so much like sarcasm in the lines that it kind of naturally started to like, back here, what are you talking about? And luckily it was before Simildub, so we get to go back and re-record all of it. Yeah, I was like, safe. Because if we'd stuck with the one that I initially did, it would have been stupid.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Hello. So obviously these shows take a long time to make, and this is to everyone here. These shows take a long time to make. Like you said, Attack on Titan takes decades to produce, and you guys spend a lot of time away from these characters. But as actors and as artists, you have to come back into that character for your recording sessions. So what is that process like? So, I haven't played Eren in 2 years, and now I'm back in the booth with him. What's that process? How does that go for you?
Yeah, so when we establish the voice for a character, they record what's called a vocal rep. And you have that as a tool, they play that for you in case, like, in a day, you might bounce between multiple shows and be multiple characters. So you have to be kind of reminded where you place that character. And then on top of that, I always do something that gets me right back into the character mode. So like, I'm not as angry as Eren is, so I have to think of something in my life that makes me angry. And for me, it's traffic. Yeah, I live in LA, it's real bad. Do you guys have something specific that you do to get you back into either your character in Attack on Titan or any other particular role? Eren!
The first thing that comes to mind is like I'm in Prince of Tennis, and his name is Kirihara. And every time I go back in, I'm kind of like, where is this again? So I'll just start saying his name like before. Like, Kirihara. Kirihara. So just remind myself of where it is. But in terms of like prep, especially for something like emotional or stuff, I kind of go I tend to not try to push towards a feeling, but instead I try to like zen out as much as possible. Like try to sensitize myself. So I try to be as like neutral, present, and aware. And I'll, if anything, try to distract the part of my brain that wants to analyze things by like in the booth a lot. I used to do this when I was younger a lot. I'd like find something to touch or like try to feel the air, or just like kind of like, or I'll take my shoes off and feel the carpet, just so I can feel in my body, and then hopefully receive the stimuli. And luckily, all my characters sound the same, so it's not too much of a stretch.
I'm a big, similar kind of, my zen is music though, so I'll listen to various different artists depending on what show I'm going in to work on. Like for My Hero, I listen to a lot of AC/DC and a lot of the Ramones and The Clash. Thank you. I do have excellent taste in music, despite what my sister says. Like for Attack on Titan, I have music, and for all of the shows that I do, I usually have music that I listen to before my vocal warm-ups, like on the way to the studio.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we do have room for one more question. Get it in, girl. Come on.
Hi, everybody, and hi, Bryce. Yeah, I remember you from Victoria, Texas.
Oh, it's been quite a few years. I've been talking a lot since I saw you last.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So I got a question for all of y'all. Is there a anime or work that you have not yet told to the audience yet, as of today?
Like, do we have announcements that we haven't made? I mean, I know I do. I made an announcement yesterday, which I'm really excited about. I play a new trainer in Pokemon called Rusha.
Way to go!
Yes, yeah. So it's awesome to join the larger Pokemon cast. But we sign these things called NDAs, which basically mean if you tell anyone, they will sue you. So I do my best not to get sued by the companies I work for.
From February 13th through the 23rd, I'll be playing Toby Belch at the Arts Mission Oak Cliff Theater in Oak Cliff. Drive to Dallas and watch me perform live. I'll sign anything you want for free afterwards. One thing, though, not all
That's a
things.
big promise. Yeah, there you go.
I really enjoy watching you walk things back. Alright, what are you doing today?
It's my love language.
You can watch me as my VTuber persona 2 or 3 times a week at twitch.tv/Mimculus.
Were there any recent announcements?
Actually, there is a really recent announcement. I don't know if you guys have heard of Attack on Titan, The Last Attack, but it will be showing in theaters for the next 5 days. It was originally supposed to just be 1 day, but they've extended it because it sold out within 24 hours. All of us are in the movie. But no spoilers. No spoilers. It's gonna be great, and all of us are technically in the movie. And I do recommend staying after the credits. If you'd like to keep up with any of us, you can follow us on social media where we are allowed to announce on the day that we are allowed to announce. You can follow me on Instagram at Trina Nish.
And I am on Instagram and X at Bryce Papenbrook.
At JJ Greeley and at Mincubus.
At Austin Tindle. Also check out the Folding Chairs Comedy Troupe. Eric Vale and I have a YouTube channel. You have to type in Folding Chairs Comedy Troupe. If you just put in Folding Chairs, it's just a bunch of videos of chairs.
Well, I think that does sum up. I was going to give you guys a chance to outro, and then you did it for me, so I love that. That being said, you can catch these guys downstairs over in their little corners, the voice actors. You got any more questions? I know there's a few of you. And thank you so much for your time. You guys are such a treat. You're so sweet.
Y'all are
so
awesome.
fun.
Thanks,